Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali. Thank you, everyone, for being very patient and understanding with me. I am here for these stories because what I am covering is on our plates and it's vital. What you're looking at is the thumbnail, just a clip from a good brother. I love this brother's channel and his analysis on what's going on in our world. It is the hard black truth vlog. I don't expect the brother to respond in any way, shape, or form. I understand that a lot of people, I think, can assess that my topic is very obliterating to one's chances of being successful on YouTube. And that is sad for me because there's a lot of good people who I'm beginning to wonder if their channels aren't held back a little bit because they've been kind to me. I'm not hoping for them to not be kind, but it seems as if with just me going over this, it winds up being sequestered with just me, and that makes us all far more vulnerable. But it is what it is, so let me keep doing what I do and just, can it. So I left a comment on this brother's channel, and I kind of knew that they weren't going to let me go over it. But he was doing a share about, I don't know how to pronounce this sister's name, Sha'Carri or Sha'Carri Richardson may miss the Olympics. And when I put the share up, or I better say when I put the comment down, I went to an incognito window just to see, is it still there? No, I mean, it's there when I go to look at the comment, but it's definitely not there for public view. It probably isn't even there for the viewage of the brother, the hard black truth, though it may be. They have different ways of shadow banning a comment. I'd imagine they would want to hide it even from him. And that's a shame because the brother does excellent analysis. Let me refresh this and see what happens right here. Brother very truthfully stated that her looks are, this is not a good look. It's not a good look. They have a lot of women doing that. So yeah, you could see it's still there. Let me copy it and put another one. And this might be slightly long of a share, but I request you stay for the whole thing because we need someone like me be doing what I do, and I'm so tired of trying to, spoon feed people a rescue. If you want the rescue, you're going to be here. If you don't, then it is what you choose it to be. So going back to the incognito window, let me reload and see if the second comment is going to come on up.
With everything that's going
on. Okay. That's our good brother's voice. And let me check it out down here and see. Nope, they wouldn't. And it says 4 comments this time. But you're only going to see 2. So going over with all the ads up in there, but it is what it is. The story on the sprinter, Sha'Carri Richardson, could miss the Olympics after failed drug tests. I know this is a whole lot deeper than anybody is going to go over. So let me roll out just the lineup of headlines because I just got finished talking about Serena Williams and how it was very interesting how on one day she didn't really have a reason why she was not going. I'm actually not on the Olympic list, not that I'm aware of, she said, and if so, then I shouldn't be on it. Even though she's participated in the past, the Olympics have been a wonderful place for her. Williams declined to go into detail about her decision-making process. That's because people are just getting the word. I think the rollout is there, because she's not just the second person to abscond, or not abscond, but to abstain from the Olympics. There's many, many, many Olympic athletes, or athletes who refuse to go to the Olympics, not going. And the numbers each day are increasing. They're finding multiple reasons for them. And when you see something happening in mass like that, there's a simple explanation, because these people work like nobody's business to reach the top of their abilities. Not to be able to show that off on a global platform, something deep is going on. I just want to highlight here how the headline the next day, suddenly it was because of her daughter. You see, this is 4 days ago, and this means it was on like the 28th, where this story right here, where they weren't sure what she was going to not be in the Olympics for. This story was reported on the 27th, so the very day after they gave her a reason. And that's actually a true reason. As one of the weird things, the Tokyo Olympics isn't allowing athletes' parents to attend the games. They're not allowing the family, the friends. They're not allowing even spectators. However, let's check out some of the photos that I captured on a particular channel. I don't need to say what channel this is, but this is the Sakura Festival. And you are going to see not a single mask on anybody, anywhere. I'm very happy that I captured these pictures. Let me see if I collapse the screen. Let's see. Yep, that does it. Hopefully up here you can see this is April 7th, 2021. That's the signature stamp. Sakura viewing around Budokan and Yasukuni Shrine. That's the title that I got right off of YouTube, okay? So keeping those photos coming, or the screen captures coming. Even the elderly were walking around without any mask on, right? So just one after the other, and this is a moving video, not photos. Nobody seemed to be worried about any Delta thing. I'm just saying, I can't say either or, but these photos, they are what they are. So obviously, if there's, and they're not even giving an excuse for anything that I won't say anymore on as a reason for it. But in a way, isn't that the reason to not let anybody, spectators, family, or any spectators or any family members come and see? Isn't that reason? So we're dealing with a phenomenon that is terraforming our planet into Mars. These are photos that were taken off of a Florida beach of clouds that look remarkably like it's just some sort of painting. And these are actual photos. You can see people are sort of looking about a little bit astounded as to what the heck is going on. But I've gone over the orange skies on the West Coast from the burning, and there was some recent burning, and I saw those photos that those skies were also orange. It takes a lot of radiation to change things. Florida is one of the places I've noted has been inundated with radiation. Well, also the Pacific Ocean has massive quantities. So they're coming up with ways to lie, and the problem with all of that, with them lying about what's going on, is it's on our plates. This radiation is in the foods in varying amounts, where there's no safe amount as determined by the United Nations. And these are things that are just, they're documented. They're not my hysterical imagination. And so I came across a brother that sent me this link, and I do believe it was Unmute the Truth, and I thank him for that. And Here, they're going to be laying down vast tracts of kelp held up by buoys, so that they're saying they could clean the air of carbon dioxide. There's not as much carbon dioxide poisoning us as there is radiation poisoning us that they never ever speak on. I've read all the data that says so, that proves so. And these dudes, they're going to lie about it, but they're not going to say anything about your plate. So much for these people really caring about you. I would assess that since the athletes, all their stories are all kind of over the place, and they're not going to the Olympics, and that video that I showed you, just the screen captures of, when I went back to the very channel after I had seen it, I thought that was interesting, and I conclude they watch where I go, and they know that I'm going to come and let you know what's going on. So they changed it in order to just have plausible deniability, but I got the pictures anyway. And so they're lying here. The seaweed, this is why I say don't eat the daggone sea moss. It's there for that radioactive deluge that is non-stop, that's killing everything in the Pacific Ocean. They're trying to do their best to get that stuff out of there. Here they're saying sequestering the carbon it had absorbed for at least 800 years. What? It's never been a problem over 800 years, and they're saying, and possibly for millions. They're hoping that it'll capture this carbon and sink it down to the bottom, and for millions. No, that's for people who know about Fukushima and the radiation, and perhaps even know amongst their own, with access to all their little, secrets, that may be wanting to jump ship themselves, who are having a panic fit over just how they've killed the planet, and they haven't talked black us here in the unentitled snakes of America to all of us, just common regular folk us, go hog wild like BLM keeps trying to get us to do, and all their media keeps trying to show us as we're the violent ones, we're the ones who have a problem. They are not getting us out in the streets the way that they need us to do, so they could deflect what they've done, what they should be brought up on genocidal charges over. They haven't been able to deflect the blame onto us. They've got that critical race theory out there, which was proposed by this Harvard, Yale, whatever the check. I would say definitely Boulay person in my conclusion. I don't know. That's why I'm not going to say her name. But all of that was put out there as a plausible strategy that we would agree with, that then pink people would not be interacting with just common regular you and me. They would be going to the people who were trained by Harvard to recommend like LSD and all sorts of other crappy things. Like, I can't wait to, what they've been saying, exterminate all the white people. I ain't never said, I ain't never heard a single one of pro-black us, just regular us, recommend anything of the sort. And if you do, I delete your comment. And if I'm subscribed to you, I unsubscribe, because that is a lose-lose Palestinian people strategy. You cannot out-devil the devil. That's not possible when you got people who do what they do. Okay? They say cleaning the water. I thought it was cleaning the air. Now it's all about cleaning the water, creating new habitats for what? New marine life? Because you done killed so many. So I had gone over this before, back in 2020, when it comes to that sister, Sha'Carri, my apologies. I really don't. I think it's just an excuse. She's an athlete. She's at top of her game, of her abilities. And is she going to get caught for some weed? Just like Russia, banned for 4 years, to include 2020 Olympics and 2022, because they were found for doping? What? A 4-year ban? You mean tell me they can't just stop doping and just recover? No, this is because everybody knows. Don't go to Japan. But as I showed in this clip here, the hottest radiation hit the United States of America. So that's why I'm saying, I'm not recommending going to Japan. Oh, heck no. Because they're going to be feeding you Fukushima rice. You can see that stuff is waving all over Japan, too. Okay? And it's all over the planet at this point in time. That's my point. They're lying, obfuscating, and not coming out direct. And that stuff is going direct into your stomach. Unless you know how to get it out. And this is the other share that I had about sea vegetables with a just tabulation of the amount of radiation they found in different sea veggies. And in my book, I put in there the recommendation of using seaweed to clean the water. I'm glad to see them doing that. I just am very disappointed that there are folks out there not telling the complete truth on what's on our plates. It's that simple. This is a video I did in, I believe, was it 2017? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2017. Let me check it out. Yep. March 15, 2017, Anatomy of Japan's Future Murder of 11,300 Olympic Athletes. And in here, I just break it down. All the places that are blistering with radiation in Tokyo. If this video has gotten to anybody who can inform these athletes, I'm grateful for that, because I surely don't want anybody to go out. But that would include what you're eating on your plate. I'm going to close this out now and give it over to our good brother, Iyapo Yapa.
It's refreshing when I hear sisters and brothers who truly love our people and take up for us. And I say without exaggeration that your new book, Furnace of Affliction, is probably one of the most important books of our time. People may ignore it or whatever, but this is one of the most important books that has been written in this time, because it speaks directly to a problem that we're dealing with worldwide, and not just as a people. If someone hates your guts, but they want themselves and their family to live, then they want to get this book and they want to read this book and take heed to what it says.